Hey guys, how are you? David Franco here from ddfranco.com/ask. Boom. Right there, that's proof. That is your visual. I always say that's visual proof. That is your open forum for submitting questions for future videos such as this one. But before I talk about today's question, which is pretty exciting, I promise. At least it's exciting to me as an Apple enthusiast and as a gaming enthusiast. I think it's pretty cool. I do want to give a huge shout out to somebody on YouTube by the name of Geek Arthur. Okay, so who is Geek Arthur? Well, basically, he's this motivated, passionate tech enthusiast, like myself, honestly, and he just loves making videos about technology and anything in general, ranging from unboxings to reviews to tutorials, all that good stuff. But I should say technology, like I said, is not the only focus. It's not the only focus. He does anything he wants, kind of like me. I mean, if I want to vlog outside about whatever, then I'll do it. But if I want to make a tech video today, like I am, then I'll do it. That's what's great about YouTube. It's the freedom to do what you want. Alright, so for an example of Geek Arthur's content, check out this quick clip of a recent video he just uploaded.
Hey, what's up guys, happy summer, and in this video I'm going to unbox Logitech C920 wide-angle Full HD webcam for my computer. In the box you will find boring manuals, camera, and that's it. I bought it because I saw a lot of people on YouTube use it like Soldier Knows Best, and the quality is outstanding for a webcam.
First of all, Arthur, I gotta give you props for one thing, and that's the fact that you like Logitech products. I have been using Logitech's hardware for years now, ranging from their webcams to their keyboards, mice, and even their speakers, which I still have after, I think, 6 or 7 years. I just love Logitech overall, and it's really cool to see that somebody else shares the same passion for their products as well. Anyway, this blur was not about Logitech products. We all know Logitech's great. Anyway, guys, check out Geek Arthur over at youtube.com/geekarthur, and he's also on Twitter. Both of his links are right below. Alright, so now on to the point of today's video, which is, as I said, a question over at ddfranco.com/ask, and that question comes from Matt. Matt says, "Hey David, I've been thinking about some of the Android consoles, for example, the Ouya or the Game Stick." Both weird names, but I guess cool at the same time. This led me to my question. Do you think Apple would ever release a home console to compete against Android's consoles, not Xbox, PlayStation, etc., playing iOS games like how the Ouya plays Android games? Do you think it would replace an Apple TV if it could still stream Netflix, Pandora, etc.? Thanks, Matthew. Alright, Matthew, this is a really, really good question because 1, I love gaming, that's no secret. 2, I love Apple, that's obviously no secret. And 3, I love entertainment. So, if Apple did ever create a home gaming console with entertainment built in my eyes, it would be like the go-to device, at least for someone like myself. But I should say, and a lot of people don't realize this, but Apple already came out with an actual video game console years ago before I even really knew Apple existed, and it was called the Pippin. I think that's how you pronounce it anyway. Pippin? Pipin? Poopin? No, I'm pretty sure it was the Pippin. Regardless, as far as I know, the thing flopped. It was a miserable failure, and since then, Apple has never revisited the home video game console market, and honestly, I don't blame them, because we have things like the iPhone, we have things like the iPod Touch, and now we have things especially like the iPad. Those 3 things alone are Apple's gaming consoles. And yes, you could look at them as consoles. They're portable consoles. The 3DS is technically a portable console. The PlayStation Vita is technically a portable console, and, well, they're gaming devices. I mean, a lot of people may argue that they're not gaming devices, but guys, they really are. I mean, they may not be super in-depth games like Final Fantasy, but you can get Final Fantasy in the iOS devices. But I mean like true high-def Final Fantasy games like Final Fantasy 14 and 15 and whatever else is coming. I'm honestly losing track. The last Final Fantasy games I played were Final Fantasy 7 and 8, of which both I loved. But I never beat 8, sadly. But I did beat 7 with cheats. I know. I'm very ashamed. Still though, do I see Apple coming out with an actual gaming console, kind of like the Apple TV, but mixed in with entertainment and iOS apps? No, honestly. I mean, I don't see that happening. But if anything, eventually when the long-rumored actual Apple TV, like, you know, the actual Apple television set releases, then yeah, it's certainly possible. I mean, with things like the iPhone and the iPod Touch and the iPad, we could easily use those things as game controllers to control the games on screen. Now, sure, these games would have to be specifically written for the Apple TV rather than just the iPhone, because let's face it, if you're flinging birds and Angry Birds or you're cutting the rope, it's really hard to tell exactly where your finger is going to input in relation to the screen and your actual Apple television screen. So, in my opinion, I think gaming would be awesome on an Apple television set only if the apps, like I said, were specifically written for an actual Apple television. For instance, if we get like a first-person shooter or some kind of side-scroller game like Sonic the Hedgehog, like a classic Sonic game, or even a new side-scroller Sonic, and we use the iPhone or iPod Touch or even the iPad, that would be one big-ass controller, we could easily do a D-pad here, A and B, and whatever else it requires. So that's how I look at things. I mean, I don't see Apple coming out with a dedicated gaming console, but maybe one day they will actually implement it into the future Apple TV. Alright guys, so what do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Well, honestly, I really can't be either because it's not out yet. It's not something we can physically touch and physically use, but still, it is a lot of fun to talk about. Because again, I love gaming, I love Apple, I love entertainment. And to have all those devices into one beautifully designed, hopefully well-priced, actual Apple TV, that would kind of be a godsend in my eyes. Seriously, it would be awesome because I have faith in Apple. Obviously, they're excellent at hardware design, they're excellent at software design, and they're excellent at getting the developers interested in their SDK. So why wouldn't it succeed? Besides price. Again, price. It all comes down to price. And let's face it, Apple does still charge the Apple tax, as some people call it. I prefer to call it the Apple Premium, but that's just me. And there you go, Matt. Hopefully that answers your question. Again, there's really no way of telling, but like I said, it is a lot of fun to at least speculate. And just like that, we probably saw a sudden change in exposure. Maybe. My T4i stopped recording while I was talking. Oh well, because it was full in the SD card. I had to clean it up. Anyway, you guys don't care. Like I was trying to say, today's question, well, today's video, I am all over the place today. I guess it's a Monday thing. You won't see this until tomorrow, Tuesday. But anyway, today's video is an Ask a Question video, which means you guys do get another free audiobook. Now, since today's video was all about Apple, I'm obviously going to focus today's free audiobook on Apple. So today's free audiobook is called Insanely Simple, The Obsession That Drives Apple's Success. Guys, seriously, this is something you gotta check out. This talks all about Apple's marketing strategies and why Apple enthusiasts like myself are obsessed with Apple as a company. I mean, there's just something about their keynotes that just draw me in. For instance, the 2-hour WWDC keynote that I watched last week, I was hooked. I mean, I hang on Tim Cook's words. I hang on Phil Schiller's words. I hang on anyone else's words that have to do with Apple products. I just love their presentation. And that's saying a lot because I loved Microsoft's E3 keynote. I loved Sony's E3 keynote, but I wasn't completely lost in their worlds like I do in Apple's world. It's really hard to explain. It's just one of those things. Anyway, either way you look at it, I'm just trying to transfer that passion of Apple products over into, well, again, your free audiobook by going to audibletrial.com/thecreative1. That link is right below. Click that, sign up, and just search for Insanely Simple, and that audiobook is yours to keep forever. And of course, as always, huge thanks to Audible for making this promotion possible. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you guys appreciate it as well. Alright guys, I am done. There are lighting changes all over my office today. Today's edit should be very interesting. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. I love talking about this sort of thing. It's just a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your continued support. And if you are looking for a YouTube shoutout or anything like you saw in the beginning of this video, click that link right below for details. That's something I just introduced a week or two ago. And so far, I gotta say, it's been pretty successful. Oh, and also guys, do not forget, keep those questions coming over at ddefragger.com/ask, especially if they have to do with their latest gaming consoles or Apple's WWDC announcement or even the rumored iPhone 5S. Hey, you never know. And now I'm finally out, guys. Thank you again, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.